we go. Okay, wonderful. We are recording. Yay! All right, you guys. So while we are waiting for everyone to hop on, hi, Julia. Hi, Tracy, you're here. Tracy, before you have to leave, because I know you're teaching tonight too, I just wanted to show you, I have my lucky little ladybug that you got me in Venice, and I have my anything is possible reminder. We'll talk about that stuff later in the class, but you guys, I'm so excited. While we're waiting for a few more to hop on, why don't you guys just type in the chat box, because I know you're kind of from all over. Maybe just say where you're coming in from. Obviously, I'm in Montana. Tracy's in Montana. Michelle, I know you're in Bozeman. Bozeman, perfect. Kylie, Billings. Ooh, Michigan. Bozeman. A lot of Montana, obviously, because that's where I am. Wonderful. Any other places? Billings. Is there anyone other than in Michigan who is from out of Montana? Let's see here. Nope, mostly in Montana so far. All right. We're going to give it about 1 more minute and let people hop on, and then we will get started. Oh my gosh. So actually, while you guys are waiting for more to hop on, why don't you go ahead, grab yourself a pen or a pencil, grab yourself probably something bigger than this. I have this right here just in case there are any questions asked tonight that I'm not able to answer immediately. I'm going to jot them down and get back to you as soon as possible. But while we are waiting, make sure you have a pencil or a pen and a lot of paper, because you're going to want to be taking a lot of notes. Oh, South Dakota. Yeah, hi Shasta. Oh, sweet. Okay, so again, make sure you have some water, some tea, coffee, wine, whatever suits your soul, a pencil or pen, a notebook, and we will go ahead and we will get started. So, and again, as a reminder, I'm never going to just surprise you and bring you on camera. I actually can't with this. This is a little bit different than a normal Zoom call. And your audio will be off. So if your kid attacks you, if your dog's barking, which you'll probably hear mine, don't worry about it. You're not going to disrupt a thing. If you need to leave for a little bit and come back, you can just leave it on. There's not anything that you have to do. All you need to do is breathe, open up your mind and heart, and we'll get started. Okay, perfect. So, we are going to go over, let me just move your chat box so I can get on here. First of all, real quick, can everyone see the slideshow? Go ahead and just type yes in the chat box if you can go ahead and see the slideshow where it says yes. Okay, perfect. Where it says from lost and lonely to supported and strong in both business and life. Awesome. Okay, good. Yay. Oh, Paige, you made it. I'm so happy. Madison, you're here. Madison, real quick, did she get it out of her nose? Is everything good? Okay, yep, okay. Mom life, you guys. Okay, so we are going to talk about the Elevate Method framework, the 7-step process to grow your business and your life without all the confusion and self-doubt. Whoo! Yep. And there we go. Okay, sweet. All right, Mama, are you ready to go from lost and lonely to supported and strong in both business and in life? If you're ready, give me a big old yes. I'm so excited to see you all here. I promise I'll calm down in a second. Amanda, you're here. Yes. Oh, Sydney, you're here. Okay, I need to calm down, or maybe I don't. I'm just so excited, you guys. You have no idea. And maybe I had a little bit of caffeine today, and I haven't had that in a while. Anyway, okay, so here we go. We're going to go from lost and lonely to supported and strong in both business and life. Maybe. Okay, here we go. Ma! Okay, so you feel lost. You're slowly but surely burning out. You're overwhelmed, but you know you want more for your business and your life. You don't know how to grow, but you want to, and you want more support, and you want some inspiration. You feel like a hot mess. I understand that. I have been there. Why is this? There we go. Okay. Oh my God. Here we go, you guys. Okay, so introducing the Elevate method that you've heard me talk about time and time again for the past however many months. Like I said, this started in March, and through blood, sweat, and tears has finally come together to be able to help you here in September. So the proven 7-step blueprint for moms to find their own rhythm for success in business and in motherhood. You guys, mom business owners are different than any other kind of business owner on the planet, okay? There's not a one-size-fits-all in this case. So what I have done is I have poured into what I feel like would really assist a mom business owner in growth for not only her business, but her life. Mothers don't want to just rocket in business. They run a rocket at home too. And there is a way to do that. And we're going to talk through it tonight. Okay, so let's see here. For those that don't know me, my name is April Sky, because I know there's a lot of new faces on here, which I'm really excited to meet. I am a boy mom, CEO of 2 companies, massive daydreamer, photographer, coach, and norm challenger, big time norm challenger. I built a near 6-figure business as a single mother. I am a coach, retreat host, and mentor to hundreds of moms. And yes, Callie, this will be recorded and sent to you. Thank you. Great question. Yeah, Leanna, let's do this. Okay. And I swear here soon I'm going to figure out how to transition these screens better, but thank you guys for having so much grace for me. I love you. Okay, real quick, be sure and stay until the end, okay? At the end of this presentation, there are so many phenomenal bonuses. And there's so much great info. There's some hidden gems, but for some reason, let me move that to the side. If you have to leave early and you want the application to be a part of the Elevate Mastermind, email me by tonight to get the bonuses, okay? I'll still send all that over to you. I understand mom life, and I know that even if you want to be here with your whole heart, sometimes you just can't. So if you do have to leave early, just be sure to shoot me a message on Instagram or an email, and I will get over those bonuses in the application to you. Yeah, I'll send you a link to the application and we'll chat. momsmadefomore@gmail.com. All righty here. Beep, 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 beep. Oops. Okay, there we go. Okay, so I'm so excited to do this. I'm actually going to turn my camera off now so you don't have to keep seeing my sexy appearance. We're going to focus in on the slides, and then I'll come back on camera when we go do our live Q&A. All right. Let me make sure. You guys no longer see me, right? And you can still hear me talking? Just one yes would be perfect. Perfect. Okay, thank you guys. Awesome. All right, here we go. Yay. I'm going to scoot you over here. And then as we're going through this, you guys, I may not see it right away, but if you have any questions, go ahead and shoot it in the chat box and I will try and answer them as we go. But there is a time allotted at the very end for all of your Q&A. So if you have a question and I either don't see it in the chat box or you don't want to ask it yet, be sure to write it down. And if I don't cover it throughout this presentation, we'll be sure to cover it at the live Q&A. So let's get started. All right. Oh, Mama, I know you've tried things in the past and the change only felt temporary. You've paid for things, you've gotten your hopes up, and your momentum just didn't stay where you'd hoped for growth. You need something more. You're tired of the up and down and the up and down and the start and stop and the start and stop and the start and stop. I get it. It really sucks. I've 100% been there. Up until I invested $2,700 in my first coach, who was actually on here with us, I kept going around in circles. I realized that if you find someone you trust, paired with a solid support team, and you're willing to put in the work, your results for growth are not only unreal, but they keep going. For years, I've been creating what I couldn't find, and the Elevate method is just that, something specifically for mom business owners to grow, to thrive, and to keep going with passion. Mom business owners are not like other business owners. We need our own damn blueprint for success and for joy. Like it doesn't look the same as like a dude who's building his own business, or a 22-year-old girl that, you know, doesn't have all of this balance and all of this, I guess I should say, pressure to be this and to be that. There needs to be something different for us. Today, I'm going to show you my exact process outline for not only growing my business, but for keeping my mindset strong and my motherhood game stronger. I mean, obviously, I have my suck days for sure. You guys have seen a lot of that on my stories. But I'm proof that you can have success and presence with your family simultaneously. Beep. Oh, here we go. Ah! Hold on one second. Let me scoot over the chat box here. Whoops. Try this side and try reloading. Oh my gosh! Technical difficulties. Okay, here we go. Okay, so the slide that is not popping up for you guys for some reason, I'll just read to you right now. So it says, what you'll walk away with tonight. Steps to find your why and your niche and stand out. A background on the proven method that will substantially change your mindset. The 7-step Elevate framework that will change the game for you. 5 growth life hacks that you can implement immediately. So stuff that's like, boom, right now you can start doing. a vision exercise to help you see your future, an invite to the private mastermind, and a live Q&A at the end. So here we go. Okay, so the slide that you see, you're in the right place if you want more for your life, you're overwhelmed and have no idea where to go from here for growth, your business is not growing the way you want it to, or you want to start a business, you feel lonely, and you're tired of losing momentum. So you are in the right place. All right. Okay, hold on one second. You know what? Here, one sec, you guys. I am going to, oh, here we go. Oh, hee hee hee. Okay, so I just gotta tap it. Oh my gosh, you guys. Okay, you're in the right place. Okay. That one didn't work? Okay, that's fine. So don't worry. So what it also says is this training is for you if you need a step-by-step process to follow, you want to find your why, your niche, and your own unique balance in motherhood and work, you're committed to putting in the work, you're getting your dream results, and you want to be more present for your life. You may be feeling like there isn't enough time in the day, your lack of confidence and motivation, you don't know how to balance motherhood and work, and you feel like a hot mess. Don't worry, I have 100% been where you are. Okay, here we go. My story. I've been there, you guys. 6 years ago, I was a stay-at-home mama who was I was lost. You guys, if you've been following me for a while, thank you, I love you too. If you've been following me for a while, you've been picking up on bits and pieces of my story. But for those of you that are here that are brand new, 6 years ago, I was a completely different person. I was a stay-at-home mom who was so insanely lost. I was living inside of my head completely. I was chilling in a very unhealthy marriage, and I felt guilt more often than I felt joy. I knew that there was more for my life, and that wouldn't benefit just me, but it would also benefit my son. I remember just sitting on my floor and staring at him and feeling such love and such sadness simultaneously. Because I was like, there has to be more for my life and for my child. And I don't know what that is, but I'm pretty much willing to do anything to find it. I knew that if I didn't change something, I would keep going in circles year after year, being more and more upset if I didn't take the leap or have faith in myself or try and grow my life in the direction I wanted it to. I didn't want to keep feeling lost. Who else feels this on a deep level? Is anyone else out there? I know I'm not the only one who has felt lost and frustrated and grateful for your children and your life and you love them so much, but you just know that there's something missing and there's something more, and that it's not bad to desire purpose outside of motherhood. Yeah, I see you guys, me. Yeah, absolutely. And thank goodness for social media. Like, I know there's a lot of negative to it, but 6 years ago, I don't think I had Instagram. I barely had Facebook. And so I felt like I was all alone. I got married early. I had my son earlier than my friends. And so I felt so completely alone. I can't tell you how many times I talked myself out of doing more for myself and changing my life. It's just insane. But thank goodness we have this technology now to find like-minded women to let us know that it's okay and we're not insane. Okay, let's see here. Okay, let's talk scenarios. Pretend you put in more time doing the wrong things, or you do nothing at all for growth. So say 6 years ago, I would have just stayed put. Nothing changes. You start burning out even more. You decide to not start the business, or you let your current one just fade away. Your self-care goes downhill, and your inner critic begins to become even louder than your inner hero. Oh, I hate my inner critic. She's a biatch. Your confidence is at an all-time low, and you just feel like it's easier to watch life happen than to live into it. In 6 months, a year, 2 years, 5 years, you'll still be wishing that you would have made this massive change for growth. I don't want that to happen to you. Oh, Michelle, I didn't know you got married young. You guys, this isn't about choosing motherhood or something more for your life. It's not about one or the other. It's understanding that purpose, business, motherhood, self-care, happiness, it's all so connected, and it all starts with one solid foundation that we will begin to go into in tonight's class. Okay, real quick. I'll more solidly introduce myself for those that haven't met me. I'm April Sky. I'm here with my 6-year-old son in Bozeman, Montana. I own 2 businesses, April Sky Photography, which really was where I started to find my purpose outside of motherhood, and Mom's Made for More. I have a huge background in teaching. I'm a recovered, mostly people pleaser, and started rewriting my story 5 years ago. I built a near 6-figure photo business as a single mom and started the second one 2 years ago. I have my shit show moments often, but I now get to live my life candidly and the way that I see fit for both my son and I. We travel the world. We do what we want. We aren't trying to conform to norms. And you guys have to understand, like, you see me now and you're like, oh yeah, that's April. She's just outspoken and she's candid and, you know, lives with her heart on her sleeve. But I did not do that for the first, 27, 28 years of my life. So I haven't always been that way. And so if you feel like that's how you are now, where you live inside of your head and you're quiet and you're pleasing and you're really scared to live outside the norm, know that it doesn't have to be that way. You can rewrite your story. Okay. Okay, here are some awards and such that I've won throughout the years. I'm not going to go through all these, but it's just an idea that literally anything is possible. I was a quiet stay-at-home mom, like I keep talking about, not a business bone in my entire body. Like, I run into people from high school and college and they're like, what in the F? We never would have pegged you for a business person. And I was like, yeah, me neither. Anyway, but I had not a business bone in my body. And I went from that to winning a 40 under 40 award for successfully running 2 businesses and helping moms along the way. Literally anything is possible, okay? Anything is possible. Okay, look at Sierra, who I know is in here, and I love her so much. I love you. Look at Sierra, this badass. She's actually in here, which I just stated. Sierra, I have loved watching you bloom over the past year. And look at her story. She went from a stay-at-home mom like I did, absolutely lost, to finding out who she was, what she wanted, and how to get there. Since coaching now, she is actually on a very fast path to growing a very successful wedding photography business. She just accompanied me last week and is killing it. Just to watch how your confidence has transitioned and your talent and your style is mind-blowing. And a part of her huge secret is she keeps investing into herself and she keeps trusting herself and she keeps taking risks, and she's doing amazing. Sarah, I'm so proud of you. So I hope you're on here right now or that you hear this later. Okay, let's see here. Oh, 1 second. Sarah, are you on here? Oh, she is there. I just love you. Okay, 1 sec. I just have to get here. We go. Okay. Okay. Same thing with these mamas. They didn't know what their more looked like until they had faith, opened up their minds, and started learning how to show up for themselves. Oh, I love you too, Sierra. I know Cassidy's not in here right now because she had football for her son, but Cassidy, this badass single mom who used to just, I won't go into too detail because it's not my story, it's her story, but her ex-husband just used to walk all over her, and her inner cheetah, is that what Glennon Doyle calls it, has come out full force since doing coaching last year. Like, I have watched her do some crazy, amazing, beautiful things. And Jessie, oh my gosh, Jessie's maybe not in here yet, but I know she's coming on. She has been so fun to watch. She actually, I think, is flirting with the idea of starting her own business. Katie, I think you are in here also. It is so fun watching you. I love seeing your growth. And Sandy, I just love you. Also one of my favorite twos in the whole world. She has discovered that, and as you guys, you can read through these, I'm not reading them right now, but Sandy realized that not only is growth work good for her, it's good for her daughters too, because they are watching her every move. Whether you have a daughter or you have a son, they are watching you and you are their biggest model right now. So this work isn't just for you, it's for them too, big time. Okay, so you're probably kind of feeling like this right now, like, oh God, okay, there's a lot coming, I know there is. So I know this class is going to be a lot of information, especially if you're just getting started in your business or haven't yet started. So if you are just starting your business or still like mulling around with ideas, this class is still golden information, okay? Don't discredit yourself. Don't think that it's not yet for you. Take as many notes as you can, rewatch the recordings, and know that there's so much phenomenal information in here, whether you're just getting started or you have started and you're kind of like at a wall. Remember, if you have to leave early and want an application to join our private mastermind, which I'll talk about more later, then email me by tonight and I'll get you all the bonuses. Okay, here we go. Introducing the 7 pillars of the Elevate framework. Oh, I just got butterflies. You guys, this is the product of sweat, tears, blood, blood, and lots of financial investment on my part. Like, I told you that I started my entrepreneurial journey about 6 years ago, but I am an all-in human. Like, I went fast and I went hard, and I took so many classes, had so many coaches, I've had so many counselors. Like, everything that I've been learning and that has been working for me to find myself, to show up as a better teacher, a better parent, a better mentor, whatever it may be, I have poured into this. And remember, tonight we're going over the frameworks. There's no way in hell I could teach all of this in 75 minutes. But just know what you're getting today is such solid, amazing information. I'm so excited. Okay, let's go. All right, elevate. Oh, those shorts. There's my butt cheeks. Okay, elevate. Establish your why and begin setting up a solid mindset. Land your niche and stand out in your market while figuring out your ideal client. Emphasize boundaries and find your own unique rhythm in motherhood and work. That's a huge one, you guys. I'm so excited to cover that one because I get constant messages about, holy shit, April, how do I balance motherhood and work? How do I balance motherhood and work? Starts with boundaries. Let's see, where are we? Vamp your confidence to maintain momentum and get back up when you fall, so you're not doing that constant start and stop. That stuff sucks. Advertising and marketing for massive growth. Time management to still show up as a solid mom and partner and to not lose your freaking mind. And then engage sales to up your profits, because we do what we love, but we still want to make money. Money is not evil. Money is energy. All right, so let's get started. Our first E, establish your why. Who are you really? What story are you currently telling yourself? How do you take care of your body and mind? Why do you show up for your business and want to start one? And so you guys, this is a perfect time, like I said, if you don't already have your notebook out, quickly go grab it and start jotting down notes, because every single step that we go through, we're also going to have a mini lesson. Okay, let's see here. So tonight we are going to focus on mindset. So get out your pencil and paper and let's get to work. So mini lesson 1. And real quick to you guys, so you don't get confused, each one of these steps, the mini lesson we're going to do obviously doesn't cover that entire process. It's a piece of it, just as important as the entire process. But as I'm going to continually teach you, there's not just a this or that to fix things. There's so many little parts that people try and skip over, and we're going to be addressing some of those tonight. So, okay, get out your pen and pencil, and I want you to take this as seriously as possible. Take a deep breath. Be honest, because you're the only one reading it. I can't see it from here. I wish I could, but I can't. I want you to write down the current story you're telling yourself that's holding you back from growth. And now this is going to be a phenomenal exercise also to come back to, because for the sake of time and me respecting that you are a mom and letting you get back to your life, I won't be able to give too much time to write these things down. So just kind of jot them done now, and then you'll be able to see it in the recording. But try and at least write down a few little things. So write down the current story you're telling yourself that's holding you back from growth. Being as honest as possible. It's just like exercise. The only person you are cheating is yourself. No one else is reading this. Second question or prompt, write down what that story has cost you up until this point in your life. Again, being honest with yourself. The more honest you can get with yourself, the more you're going to grow. Prompt 3, write down what that story could cost you moving forward if you don't change it as soon as possible. So say, you guys, have you ever heard the expression that your inner critic is basically just telling you a series of lies? All the negative things you think about yourself and your life are coming from your inner critic, and they're lies. They're not truth. And so what we're trying to do is we're rewriting your story. But the fact is, if you don't start to change those lies that you're telling yourself on a daily basis, what could it cost you in a month, in 6 months, in a year, in 5 years, okay? We only get this one life, and time is a ticking. Okay, prompt 4, Write down any and all information that proves that story is a lie. So for example, think of people in your life that love you. Think of things that you have done that are amazing. Think of what your friends would say. Really try and bring out your inner best friend in this scenario and write out, taking out the emotion, because that's going to make it easier. Write out everything that proves that this story that's been holding you back and that you've been telling yourself is a lie. Okay, one other quick little exercise in this, because mindset is a huge piece of success. I promise you, huge. And a lot of people try and skip it. Okay, now below the exercise you just did, write out the words battery charging and battery sucking. So you'll have like two little columns, okay? You'll have battery charging and battery sucking. Underneath each, write out the people, places, things, etc. that are either charging your battery or sucking it dry. And again, no one else is reading this. So if you write that your partner is sucking your battery dry, okay, that's good to acknowledge, and it's something that needs to be addressed, but they are not going to see it. This is just for you. The more honest you get, the more change you're going to see. Okay, I'll give you one more minute. So remember, write out battery charging or battery sucking, and underneath, write who or what is charging your battery or who or what is sucking your battery dry. Okay, and real quick before we move on, is everyone still good? They can hear me, they can see the slides. Just a few, go ahead and type yes. Awesome, thank you, Jessica. Perfect. Oh, thanks, Sierra. Okay. So we are also going to dive further into how to take care of your body and your mind in lesson 4. So we'll move on. Okay. Let's see. Oh, and also I know this step is called establishing your why, but there's so much that goes into it. So when I go through this in the mastermind, I actually start with 3 different huge lessons, and then we end with finding your why. There's so much mindset and questioning and strategy that goes into finding your why. But what I just had you do, identifying the story that you're telling yourself that's holding you back, and identifying your battery charging and your battery draining people or things, huge step in finding your why. Okay, let's see. So many entrepreneurs, I still see this, try and blow past setting up a solid foundation to grow from or to discredit, and they try and discredit the importance of a strong mindset going into their business. It's just like, oh, no, if I just put my head down and barrel through, I'll be fine. It's like, well, no, you may seem fine occasionally, and then you're going to keep falling down and not understanding why. If you are truly wanting to grow your business and your life and drastically lessen how much you keep falling down and starting over, then you have to strengthen your foundation, and you have to go in it with a strong mindset, because being a mom entrepreneur is not an easy task, okay? Your skin needs to get as thick as possible, and your mindset needs to get as strong as possible. And again, if I can do it, one of the weakest people I feel like I used to be, I shouldn't say weak, that's negative. I was just frail, and I was very sensitive, and I was very insecure, and I didn't feel strong at all. If I can go from that to this, I feel like I can help anyone do anything. Holy crap. I just wish you guys could have met me 6 years ago. Okay. Let's see. Oh, yes. On a scale 1 to 5, how well are you doing currently with mindset? Go ahead and tap it into the chat box. So on a scale from 1 being the lowest, 5 being the highest, how well do you feel like you're doing right now with your mindset? 3, 4, that's not bad. That's not bad. And you don't have to type it in if you don't want to. 3, 3, 3, so pretty average. Okay, 2 to 3, yep. You guys, mindset work is hard. 200, good take. Natasha, we're gonna work on that. Melina, 2, yep. You guys, mindset work is hard, and I know you've heard me talk about the Enneagram before too. We're not gonna go over that today, but that plays a big part into it. I mean, holy Hannah, unfortunately, Michelle, yes, you do work on it all the time. And that has been one of the secrets to my sauce of success. That's a weird way to put it, but I pour so much into mindset work, so much. Like our brain and our attitude and our mindset control so much of what's happening. Okay, let's see here. All right, next step, landing your niche. All right, who do you help? What problem do you solve? What clients have you vibed the best with? What clients have you vibed the least with? What experiences or personality traits do you have that make you stand out in your industry? So again, if you have not yet started your business, Still write down these notes and be thinking about this, okay? Clearly, if you want to start a business, you have an idea. And if you haven't worked with clients yet specifically, you've worked with friends, you've worked with people in whatever business that you've served. I mean, if you're age 20 to 40 right now, which is what this average ages are, 40 plus, you've worked in some kind of field before. So you've been around people. So again, if you haven't started a business, think about people that you vibe with, that you don't vibe with, customers that you really did not care working with versus ones that you loved working with. Okay, mini lesson 2, get out your pencil. Make a list of 5 clients you loved the most and 5 clients you really didn't care for. Oh, and really quick, you guys, sorry, let me backtrack. Did I talk? Oh, never mind. We're just going to keep going. I'll talk about your ideal in a minute. Okay. Make a list of 5 clients you loved the most and 5 clients you really didn't care for. Don't feel bad. Again, no one's going to see this. If you don't yet have a business, like I'd mentioned, still take notes and think on types of clients or people you've interacted with anywhere. Do a deep dive here and try and see any patterns or any reasons why you love some more than others. So say if you're a photographer, think of sessions that you have photographed. Think if you're a hairstylist, clients that you have worked with. Think if you're in beauty counter, you know, any kind of industry that you are in, you are going to be able to tell the clients that you loved serving and that made it feel not like work and the ones that made you dread your job. Basically, people that you just were able to feel like you around. Like, for example, when I found my niche in wedding photography, I was the playful photographer for romantically frisky couples. Every single time I got to work with clients that were romantically frisky, it did not feel like work, and it honestly still doesn't. So think about these clients. Was it their style, their personalities, their priorities in life, their relationship status, kids versus no kids, etc.? And then we won't have a ton of time to do this here, but write this down in your notes because it's really, really important. Again, no matter what industry you're in, whether it's photography, beauty counter, art, whatever it is, make a profile of your ideal client. This is going to save you so much time and make life so much easier. It sounds wonky, but it's a game changer. So you make a profile of your ideal client. You make like a little avatar. You name him or her. You write out a list of their hobbies, where they shop, their guilty pleasures, what they do for fun, and what their problems and passions are. And as you get more into it, so they're called your ideal client. Basically, they are who you're speaking to when you are showing up on your stories, when you are writing your content, when you are launching products or selling anything, you guys. Like, it starts to make your life so much easier, because when you try to be specialized in everything, or you try and talk to everyone, not only is it exhausting, not only is it expensive, it holds you back from being able to show up in your personal life as well as your professional life, because you're just spinning your wheels and you're not making near as much money as you could. When you start to niche down and specialize and find your ideal client, holy crap, you explode. That is the reason I went from ho-hum in my photography business to exploding it and winning awards and making near 6 figures and supporting my son and I for the past 4 years. Okay. Always think of bringing your ideal clients and audience more and more value. If they truly are your ideals, they begin to feel like family from afar. To peek at a fantastic resource for beginning to narrow down your own branding words or your niche, type this site in below. So you guys write this down. This is a coach that actually my coach coached with forever ago, and then I've also coached with. He's fantastic. He specializes actually in helping people find their specialties. And so if you go on this site, you can take this cool little free quiz, and he can start giving you words that really describe you and you can start using in your branding. And that'll make sense more later. Did everyone get that written down? jeffyoakum.com/brandwords. Everyone doing good? Can still hear me? Marco, Polo, can everyone hear me? Okay, good. All right. So, all right, same thing as before on a scale 1 to 5. How well are you doing with knowing and speaking to your ideal clients? If you have not yet started your business, do not fret. 2, yep, keep giving them to me. Yep, 3. Anyone else? Let's see here. Sorry, I'm just checking messages. Tracy, you're still here. Yeah, Tracy kills it in this because this is her jam. This is what she teaches on. Tracy is the one who helped me find my specialty in both businesses, actually. Oh, I love you too. Okay, let's see here real fast. 1 second. Okay. Alrighty. Ooh, okay, this is a good one. Hold on 1 second. I'm just answering a quick message from someone. Okay. You guys, this is the one, like I told you, that I get asked about the absolute most. April, how do you find balance in motherhood and work? How do you lessen the chaos and the overwhelm? How the hell do you do it? Do I do it? You guys, I don't really believe in the word balance. I believe that every single individual person finds their own rhythm in motherhood, in work, in all of it, okay? There's not a one size fits all. And one of the biggest ways to, quote, find that rhythm is by starting with boundaries. Boundaries are huge, especially for a lot of you twos that are in here. I love you so much. Okay, boundaries. Where to set them, how to keep them set, knowing that no is a complete sentence. Jessie loves that one. And knowing that boundaries are a must in order to find that, $1 million word balance. Or again, like I talked about, your own rhythm in motherhood and business. You literally may die without boundaries. Boundaries are a huge reason I've gone from where I was to where I am. You son of a... Okay. Well, looks like that one didn't download, so I'm going to explain this one for you. Okay, you guys, so take out your pen and paper. Listen to my words closely. Technical difficulties, you just got to roll with it. Just like in life, you have to shift. Don't want to just crash. Okay. Make a list of your top 5 energy suckers. Refer back to lesson 1 if you need. Okay? Be sure to include people, things, activities, etc. So you're going to take your notes and you're going to write at the top energy suckers. And then below, you're going to list out the top 5 that come to mind immediately. Okay. Now take your top energy sucker and focus in. Is it a person, a social media platform, a bad habit, your competition, your own thoughts? So look at those 5. Yeah, it's not there. Okay. Look at those 5 and pick your top 1. Again, no one else is reading this. You're the only one seeing it. Okay. Now you're going to take that top energy sucker, and what you're going to do is you're going to write down 3 to 5 steps for how you're going to set a boundary around that energy sucker and how you're going to carry it out. I'm going to give you 2 very realistic examples from my own personal life. So enjoy these. So again, as specific, you guys, this applies to any goal, dream, boundary, whatever. The more specific you get with how you're going to achieve it, the more likely you are going to achieve it. So listing out your top 5, taking out your top energy sucker. Here's an example of how you can make a plan to set a boundary around it. So say your mother-in-law is your top energy sucker. Step 1, block her from calling, messaging, and viewing your accounts. Step 2, plan for, when you're ready, a conversation to revisit expectations for the relationship. Step 3, schedule a conversation, and depending on how it goes, keep blocking or slowly allow back in. So again, it's just kind of depending on how it goes. Okay, here's another example of a very common boundary issue. Say social media is actually your biggest energy sucker, and not necessarily showing up on it, but just scrolling through it. So say if social media is your biggest energy sucker and you're going to set a boundary with it, step 1, block or hide accounts that make you feel like shit. Step 2, schedule in times. What if your mother-in-law lives with you? Ha! I would go insane. I've met yours. She's wonderful. Well, she seemed wonderful. Okay. Let's see. Okay, sorry. Social media. Step 1, block or hide accounts that make you feel like shit. Step 2, schedule in times to be on there so you're not mindlessly peeking all day. Okay, you guys, it drains you horribly. If you have no boundary around social media and it's the first thing that you do in the morning and it's the last thing you do at night and any in-between moment you're just constantly on there, you are going to be drained massively. Step 3, content plan to be on there purposefully, not out of habit. And we'll cover social media balancing more in lesson 6 with time management. Okay, You guys, if you really want to find your own rhythm in motherhood and you really want to grow and you really want to be present for your children's lives, then you have to have solid boundaries and they have to stick. Okay, there we go. Don't worry, I just read everything, the slides that you missed. Okay, on a scale of 1 to 5, how are we doing with boundaries? Being honest. I know a lot of you in here too. Yep. Yep. Boundaries are hard, you guys. Boundaries are real hard. Yep, keep going. Okay, 2 to 3. Yep. Oh, 1. I know. I feel you. Natasha, I liked your 1.25. Yes, you guys, boundaries are hard, but they're doable. And one of the secrets is to not focus on all of them at once. It's just like when you're trying to get back in shape or whatever it is that you want to do. When you focus on doing it all at once, you get overwhelmed and you shut down. With this, look at those top 5 that you listed, take the one that is causing you the most anguish right now and make a plan like I just taught you to set that boundary. Only focus on that boundary right now. When you feel like you've gotten stronger and like you've made that boundary a habit, then focus on something else, okay? One thing at a time when it comes to boundaries. Ooh, this is a good one for mamas too. All right, next one, vamp your confidence. You want to live more unapologetically and even if you want to live unapologetically and even better, parent unapologetically, it starts with vamping or upping your confidence for sure. You guys, there are so many times where I could have shut down as a mom because we were being challenged, and rather than rolling over, I advocated hard for my child. I mean it when I say that this work benefits your family. It really benefits your kids. If I hadn't put in all this time and all this effort to strengthen my mind and my body, I would not have been able to stand up for Jamin like I have had to over the past freaking 4 years. This benefits your kids so dang much. Okay, so vamping up your confidence, limiting beliefs that hold us way back, understanding that the more we know ourselves, the more untouchable we are, knowing the power of routines, and finding resources and tools to help raise our confidence. Okay, so those that have coached with me before, which there's several of you in here, will recognize this next one, but I bet you anything you need to revisit it because I do too. It's something I will do the rest of my life to keep my confidence in check. This is a big one. Marie Folio talks about this. Okay, so take out your notes, write out your top 2 limiting beliefs, AKA thoughts that likely have stemmed from your past and are clearly holding you down or dimming your confidence. So this can even stem back to lesson 1 when you were going over like the story that you tell yourself. So these are more specific towards not necessarily the big general story that you've been telling yourself, but things that you've probably brought from childhood. Like examples would be, I never have enough money. I'm okay putting myself last. Guys are not capable of good conversation. I'm not likable. I'm not outgoing. I'm not strong enough. Dreams are selfish. Moms are supposed to be unhappy. The universe hates me, etc., etc. Okay, those are solid examples of limiting beliefs. There's no truth behind them. They stemmed from a familiarity or an experience that's happened to you in your past, and somehow you have made it a truth in your mind, but it doesn't have to stay that way. Okay, so again, write out your 2 top limiting beliefs. Okay, don't overthink it. Just write out 2 things that you know you tell yourself often. Maybe it's, I can't get in shape, or I can't make more money, or, I'm just not lovable. Crap like that. And I call it crap because it's not true. So write them out. And then, this is really powerful and really important, so actually do this. I want you to draw a line through each of those lies, because they are lies, and write bullshit above them. So I'll give you another second, just in case you're still writing out your top 2 limiting beliefs. So write them out, or, oh, I can't run a marathon, or I can't run far, or, my personality just doesn't do that, or, oh, no one travels until they're old, stuff like that. Okay, so take those, cross them out, and write bullshit above them. Now, even more importantly, and this is the gold in this exercise, underneath those 2 limiting beliefs, I want you to write a replacement belief. Okay, it doesn't have to be super long, but for example, say your limiting belief is I never have enough money. Draw a line through it and write, there is so much money in this world. or I am worthy of all the money, or there is so much money to go around, something that resonates with you. Say your other limiting belief is, I am not strong enough. Cross that out and put, I am strong, or I am badass, or whatever resonates with you. Okay, you guys, your mind is one powerful ass force. We're calling lesson one how we went over the stories we tell ourselves and how they can make or break us. Now, out loud, I want you to repeat your replacement belief multiple times per day. Like, seriously, I do this constantly. A little insight right now. So I'm about to start my period. Like, I'm seconds away from starting my period. And we won't cover this today, but in time management, go over using your cycle to really like do less, but achieve more. So right now, my estrogen is insanely high with my endometriosis. I should be crazy and I should be laying on the floor. But the past week, I refused not to show up for this. I refused to let my limiting beliefs or my circumstance or my mind hold me back. So I did so many exercises like this to get my mindset ready and to strengthen it, because I am ready and I am strong and I am here for it. And I have so much to teach you. So same thing with this. Not only write out your replacement belief, maybe on sticky notes, put them on your mirror, say them out loud when you're going pee, when you're drinking your coffee, whatever it is, okay? You are going to be your biggest cheerleader in this adventure of mom business life. Okay, here we are again. On a scale of 1 to 5, how well you're doing with your self-confidence. Remember, no one else sees this, and we all ebb and flow. Queen Bee, Shasta. Yep. This one definitely depends on where I'm at in my cycle too. And you guys, again, we're not going to cover it, but paying attention to your cycle is really important. 1, oh, Natasha, I love you. And then 4, hey, that's pretty good. Okay. Yeah, you guys. The beautiful thing is, no matter where you go on that scale, from a 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5, it doesn't have to stay that way. And it's not because something is wrong with you or because you have done something wrong. It's because we still freaking live in a society where basically it's just normal for moms to be freaking depressed and not showing up for themselves, and it's bullshit. And I am here, as well as several other phenomenal resources, to tell you that you can change your story. It is possible. We're going to keep talking about it. Woo! Oh my gosh, you guys. Okay, we are halfway through. You're doing amazing. Still to come, 3 final steps in the Elevate framework, 5 growth hacks to implement like right freaking now. They're really, really good ones, you guys. If you have to leave early, like right now, and again, you want the application to be part of the Elevate Mastermind, email me by tonight to get the bonuses. I'll send you the link to the application and we'll chat more. Okay. Here we go. Let me move my chat box. Ooh, advertising and marketing. It doesn't sound super sexy, but you guys, this is one of the most important pieces. Well, I guess no, I'd argue that mindset and stuff is more important, but this is essential. You cannot grow a business without advertising and marketing. So buckle up. Here we go. All right. So things that are essential for advertising and marketing: a clear bio with a clickable link to your latest offer, a link tree for multiple links. So if that sounded like Chinese to you, I am talking about, oh, thanks, Michelle. It's good to see you. Love you. Okay. Again, if that sounded wonky, Instagram is something you clearly need when you start a business. That is where I do the bulk of all of my sales, marketing, audience growth, etc. On there, you need a clear bio talking about who you serve, what you do, etc. And that'll all make more sense as you start to figure out like your niche, your ideal client, etc. You're not going to get all this figured out right now. But a clear bio, a clickable link. So like below, how you can list your website. If you have like one current thing that you're selling or an event that you have coming up, or if you've heard of Linktree, you can go up and set a free Linktree account, and then you can have them access multiple links, like your website and offer you're selling, your podcast, etc. Next important piece, knowing your pillars of content to stay focused and allow your audience to understand what to expect. If that sounded confusing, I'm going to talk about it here in a second. And then the power of content planning. You guys, content planning is so important for time management and consistency. And we'll talk a little bit more about that in time management. Okay, mini lesson. So Get out your pencil and paper. I told you this was going to be effective. I know it's hard, but keep going. You're doing amazing. Okay. When trying to figure out when H to write about or talk about in your stories, reels, videos, etc., you can pull from your content pillars to save time, show up consistently, and to deliver value. What the hell are content pillars? Well, let me tell you. Content pillars are the 3 to 5 things that you will pull from when writing content. Basically, love you, Tracy. Bye. Oh, she's so amazing. Okay, back to on track. Okay, content pillars are the 3 to 5 things that you will pull from when writing content. Basically, the main ideas you want to teach on or discuss on your platforms. So if you are struggling to be like, oh my God, I don't know what to say in my stories. I don't know what to say in my content. This is overwhelming. I'm going to shut down and just not do it at all. This is a lifesaver. Okay, so for example, my top 3 content pillars are the mom plus business life juggle, plus tips for, balance or rhythm, hilarious mom shit and real life story and relatability, and then business growth tips. So when you see me writing content or showing up in my stories or making trainings or products, all of it pretty much is wrapped around those 3 main pillars. I love that I'm holding up a number 3, like you can see me. Then I have what are called sidecar interests. These are the other random things that I don't speak about too often, but still weave in, such as current events, Organifi, single mom life, my Crohn's disease, running, travel, etc. So again, recapping, you have your 3 to 5 main pillars of content that you pull from to write things about, show up in your stories. And then you have sidecar stuff. So it's just like, okay, these are my 3 main ideas that I talk about. And then here's this other handful of stuff that are, quote, my sidecar interests that I like to weave in occasionally. Okay. Go ahead and brain dump all the topics you already discussed or would like to discuss. Okay. Give you a second. So again, whether you have backtracking. If you have a business, brain dump all the topics that you feel like you're already discussing with your audience or you would like to discuss, or even just knowledge that you have. Okay. Don't overthink it. Just brain dump. And then either right now, if you have time, or later, come back to this brain dump, make a note, and narrow it down to your top 3 to 5 main ideas. Those are going to be your content pillars, okay? And you can make these more specific later, but just understanding how freaking important these are for growth, time management, consistency, all of it weaved together is the important piece. So again, take that brain dump of all the topics you already discussed or would like to discuss, say if you don't have the business started yet. And then later you're going to come back and you're going to narrow it down to your top 3 to 5. Those are going to be your content pillars. And the rest of everything you're brain dumped are going to be your sidecar interests or things that you just talk about occasionally in your posts and in your stories. Makes life so much freaking easier. Alrighty. Let's see. Oh, have so much fun. Bye, Madison. Love you. Okay. Next. All right. Here we back on here. On a scale of 1 to 5, how well are you doing with writing content for your platform? If you don't have a platform started yet, don't worry about it. But I'm just curious for those that have already started your businesses, how well are you doing writing content? 4-ish, 4. Yep. I'm going to take another water. That's very good. Have class. Wait, you're amazing. 3. Yep. Bye, Sierra. I love you. Yep. You guys, this one's hard. If you feel like A, you don't know what your niche is, B, you're talking to absolutely everyone, and C, you have not figured out your content pillars. So again, hold on, I'm turning on the lamp because it's getting dark. Once you start to, there we go, figure out your content pillars, oh man, life starts to get easier and you start to get more excited about writing content because it's you, it's just all you. Okay. Woo! Okay, quick break. Not to go run away, although if you do have to pee or get water, please do it. No one will know and you won't disrupt a thing. But as promised, I am going to give you 5 growth hacks that you can use right now. Like, these are such good things. Write them down, even if you've heard them before. Ask yourself, are you doing them? Okay, first one, slide into the DMs. Not like a creeper, don't send anyone dick pics, but you guys, this is such solid gold for any industry, any business. Like, seriously though. There's pure magic in the DMs and they allow you to build a relationship with your ideal clients. You can provide personalized value, check in, and build trust. Plus, you can now answer them on your computer through your Instagram page. I don't know if you guys knew that or not, but if you go to your Instagram page on your desktop, you now can answer all of your DMs right from your Instagram site. It is so nice, especially when you're not a great like texter. I text like a chicken and it takes forever. Actually, anyone on here, type yes if you have had an ongoing relationship with me in the DMs before. A lot of them just hopped off to yes. See, I love the DMs, not to be like a creeper or to just message random people and be like, hey, buy my product or do this. I authentically love building relationships. And it doesn't matter what your personality type is. When you start to narrow down your niche and figure out who your ideal clients are, random asking for few pics. I love that. You're going to want to be having conversations with them. It doesn't feel false. It doesn't feel fake. Those are the same words. It doesn't feel like work. Like you legitly are concerned with and want to help your ideal clients. And so it just feels like you're having a conversation like with your best friend. Okay, next tip. Do carousels of photos. You guys, I'm actually working with, his mom is like one of the top Instagram marketing people. And he is now an Instagram specialist doing coaching. Instagram is always changing. And I know it gets hard, especially when you're older. Like I am not a huge technology person, but I have made myself into one because it's essential for growth. So one of the things Instagram is now doing is when you post carousels of photos versus just one, Instagram recognizes that people are staying on your post longer because obviously they're like scrolling through your photos. And so it is showcasing your post to more of an audience so you can get more of a reach. So yeah, basically everything has to sit in there. Also allows you to lead with a photo and to add text value into the following images after. Images with text don't get as much reach. So say you do you do a carousel of photos and your first photo is like a photo of you or your family or whatever it may be. Then you can scroll over and add ones that have text on them too. Yeah, and again, Instagram just recognizes that people are staying longer on your post. Okay. Tip 3. This one is good for mindset and momentum. Find quotes and words that inspire you and place them everywhere. You guys, I've been doing this since before it was even trendy. I've been doing this since I was a little girl. Here's the thing. This journey you're on can be very lonely, discouraging, and difficult. At times, you're your own damn cheerleader. A lot of times. So find words, quotes, etc. that inspire the hell out of you. Oh, fuck, but I said hell just in case your kids are around. And print them out, write them on stickies, and put them all over your life, okay? I have inspiring words tattooed on my body. You don't have to do that. I have sticky notes everywhere. I have those like letter boards. I don't know what the heck they're called, but I have letter boards. I have things framed behind me like you'll see when I come back on camera. I don't care how strong you are, you're going to ebb and flow with your mindset and how you feel, especially if you're just starting to do a lot of this work. You need constant reminders of inspiration and of motivation. Okay, tip number 4, hire things out. If you want to be a stand-up mom and business owner, you can't do it all, okay? Let's see here. Yeah, female entrepreneurs tend to take, I don't know if you guys knew this, it makes sense. Female entrepreneurs tend to take longer to grow business because we try and do it all for a very long time. Make a list of all the things you hate doing, and you don't have to do this right now, but this is just a part of your tip. Make a list of all the things you hate doing and either delegate them, hire them out, eliminate them, or automate them, okay? Allow your desire to grow to outperform your guilt over asking for help. I am saying that louder for all of my 2s and 9s. Allow your desire to grow, outperform your guilt over asking for help. All right. And let me know too, I'll try and see it on here if you guys need me to go back on any of the slides. And don't forget you're getting this recording too. Okay. Number 5, start showing up in your stories now. Even if you already have a business and you feel like you're showing up in your stories, be more intentional. Pull from those content pillars. Know that there's such power in the stories. I get it. They are intimidating and they seem very time consuming. They don't have to be either. I don't live on mine. I'd like to grow faster if I did. If I was one of those accounts where I constantly had like 20 to 30 stories a day and I was taking you through my day every day, I don't want to do that. I'm all about motherhood first and business second. I just am. And I know a lot of you guys are too. Your audience, your ideals are craving to get to know you and to trust you. They want to see your face, hear your words, and be a part of what you're doing. They love you. They're watching you for a reason. Teach them something, do a poll, ask questions, show behind the scenes, etc. It gets so much easier to show up when you fully complete the entire Elevate Method process, I promise. So pulling into, bye Sydney, love you. Pulling into all of this, it gets so much easier to show on your stories, but I get it. It is scary at first, but the more you start doing it, the more you start kind of actually enjoying it, okay? All right. And again, when you're showing up on your stories, try and have something that your audience can click on or answer every single day. It's just more of that algorithm stuff. I apologize if you hear a dog barking. Okay, here we go. This is why I coach moms, because mom life. Okay, back to the framework. You guys, we only have 2 steps left. Stick with me. We have such good stuff coming up. Time management. This is a huge, huge, huge killer for mom business owners. And I feel like a huge reason why a lot of people piece out of entrepreneur life. Okay, we're going to talk a little bit about how to plan your week and your day for success, time blocking, your environment, and using your menstrual cycle. So we're not going to cover really time blocking your environment or using your menstrual cycle right now. But basically, time blocking, I mean, making your schedule where you're planning blocks of time. Don't make it unrealistic, make it as simple as possible, but that's a huge helper. Setting a timer for your tasks, setting up your environment for success versus stress and clutter. Using your menstrual cycle, message me if you want to know more about that. I actually made an entire chart. There's a book about it. It's so helpful for breaking down when your body is meant to rest and when it's meant to not. And say you're in the part of your cycle like I am right now and I'm meant to rest, but it's just not possible. Then you can know what to do to take care of your body to get it back up to that higher vibration. Okay, so get out your pencil and paper. Picturing the rest of your week, brain dump all the things that have to get done, okay? So today is Tuesday. Picture Wednesday through Sunday. Write down all of the things that have to get done. And for time's sake, I probably won't allot too much time for this exercise. So worst case, just write down this prompt. Or at least write down like 2 to 3 things that just have to get done this week. Now, brain dump a handful of things that you could do this week that would move your growth needle. April, what F is a growth needle? It does kind of sound like a drug. Okay, so a needle moving activity or a growth needle basically is something that's going to take you a step or even an inch further in your journey to achieving a goal or a dream or advancing or growing in your business, okay? So for example, 2 different have-tos would be like going to the bank to deposit money, dropping off paperwork to your kids' school. 2 examples of a needle moving activity would be content planning or making like a new printable that we'll talk about here in the last step in Engage Sales. So say you're making a free printable for your audience, okay? Those aren't 2 things that absolutely have to get done, but they are going to move your needle. And what a lot of mom entrepreneurs slack in is, oh, Shasta, I'll answer that question in a second. What a lot of entrepreneurs slack in is, especially moms, they only focus on the have-tos and they don't also prioritize the needle moving activities. So this is a way, you guys, that I do every single day, every single week without fail, that has helped me focus on both the have-tos and the needle moving activities. And it is why I have made so much progress from March until now, even during 2020. Shasta, real quick. If you've had an IUD for years and have no idea when you get your period, that's actually a really good question. And so where this concept stemmed from is Kate Northrup. She's the author of the Do Less book. She's a huge inspiration to me because she is all about also motherhood first, business second. She talks about how women that either have an IUD and don't get a period or that have gone through menopause can also start tracking and figuring out if they were having a period, where they'd be in their cycle. So even if you've gone through menopause or don't get a period every month, you still are cycling. And so if you just look her stuff up, you can find that. I'm actually going to write that question down and I'll send that to you later because I know she answers that specifically in her book that I have. Okay, I wrote that down. Okay, so back to this mini lesson. So you wrote down 2 to 3 things that have to get done. You wrote down 2 to 3 things that would move your needle. Now pulling from that list, focus on 5 of those things to accomplish tomorrow. Then Thursday, pull 5 more. Okay, that made no sense. So basically, let me re-explain this. And backtracking, there's actually a video of this on my Instagram that I just posted, one of the reels. If you want to go quickly look at it, it's just a little 15-second reel, not right now, but later. So basically what I do is every Sunday night, I make a brain dump of everything that either has to get, no, everything that gets, I have words. Let me take a drink. Hold on. Every Sunday, I make a list of everything the following week that has to get done and that would be needle moving activities. And from that brain dump, I pull 10 things a day. Now that doesn't have to be it for you. The more you get to know yourself, the more you'll see how much you can handle in a day's work. And I make a list and I write out 1 through 10. And in order of priority, I combine have-tos and needle moving activities. Some days I have more have-tos than needle moving activities, and other days I have more needle moving activities than have-tos. The whole point though is to prioritize both and to get them done. And what the beauty is, and to take out shaming myself or getting stressed, what I don't get done that day, I carry on to the next day so I don't feel like I'm losing it. And this picture in the corner, that's the kind of planner that I use. I get asked that a lot. It's a passion planner. It's perfect because they're only like $30 some. Also, they're phenomenal and they're big. I write really large. There's a place at the bottom that's blank where I do my brain dump, and then they have a ton of space every day where you could literally write out 1 through 10 and list things if you want to, while still having space for your daily occurrences like appointments and so on. Okay. You guys, we often shame ourselves for things that don't get done. Moms are so hard on themselves. When getting things from our brain and into paper, we're able to take action. There's such power in a brain dump. When carrying things over, like I just talked about, that do not get accomplished to the next day, we give ourselves grace and more realistic expectations. So this activity may seem simple and you may be rolling your eyes and being like, meh, it is really powerful. Again, it may not work for you. You need to figure out what's going to, but try it. It has been such a game changer for me this year to consistently do it. We all want to be more present, and managing our time better is a solid way to start doing that. I mean, I still suck it up too, but I make intention daily to get more and more focused with my time so that I can focus on being awake for what matters most, which is going to look different for everyone. Okay, you guys, here we are again. On a scale of 1 to 5, how well are you doing with time management? 2, yep, oh, shooting those right out there. Yep, time, yep, that sounds about right. Time management is so hard, especially with social media. But I'm assuming by now you guys are kind of starting to see a pattern. It's just like, oh, okay. So time management is tough. But April talked about in step 3, emphasizing boundaries, how if I put a boundary around social media and how much time I'm spending on it, that's going to help me with my time management. Like, all of these are purposefully and strategically weaved together and in the order that they are in for a reason. Okay? I promise you all this is so intentional. And so if you feel like you just don't have time for SHIT right now, there is a reason for it. We always have time. It's just a matter of getting intentional and strategic and focused. And that's what I am teaching you throughout this process. Woo! We are in the last step of the Elevate Method framework. Gosh, time's going fast. Okay, engaging your sales, AKA building your audience and upping your profits. Remember, like I had said before, money is not evil. It's energy. And that's another bullshit thing. Sorry, I hope your kids aren't with you, or they are. Sorry, my son would yell at me right now. That's another limiting belief that I swear so many people are raised with, that, oh, money is evil and it's common to struggle and, you know, just living in fear and debt, especially if you're a mom or a single mom, just live dollar to dollar. That is a limiting belief that has held me back until this year. I was so under the impression that, oh, you're a single mom. You're just, you know, I'm going to live dollar to dollar, especially if I want to live in Bozeman, freaking Montana and buy a house. Like, I'm just going to struggle. And that is not true. And you would be blown away how much it has changed for me getting out of that damn mindset. Okay. So engaging sales, making more money, building your audience, all of it. Okay. So we're going to talk about, well, we're not going to cover this, but this is a really important piece too in engaging sales, planning out your quarters to make more money. You guys, if you don't plan it, it's probably not going to happen. This is something that I try and do. Backtracking, I like to do weekly, daily, monthly, yearly audits, but in terms of finances, if you get yourself like a big ass whiteboard, like I have right in front of my face right now, or a big piece of paper or something, it is so important to plan out where your money is coming from, because in the entrepreneurship world, it's not consistent. I don't care what industry you're in, it's just not consistent income. And so your anxiety is going to be massively increased if you don't know when and where your money is coming from. So what I like to do is write out quarter 1, 2, 3, and 4, and write in first. Actually, Amanda, I did this in Sky Oro not too long ago. Love your space. And I wrote down the income that I knew that was for sure coming in. So like, for example, all the weddings that I had for this year. And then I wrote in like all the mini sessions that I was doing and all my private clients, and like broke it down into income that was for sure already planned in black and white. And then I went into, okay, what are my financial goals? How much do I want to make? And that's where I started figuring out like, okay, this is when I need to launch this product. And this is when I need to do this. Okay. If you're just starting your business, or you haven't yet started it, that can sound overwhelming, but it doesn't have to be. If you want to make more money, you have to plan it out. Okay, social media platforms. Obviously, I talked about the importance of Instagram, building your audience, having a Facebook group. Don't let that overwhelm you. Just write it down if you haven't done that yet. Building your audience with value. That goes back to your niche, your ideal clients, okay? Advertising and marketing. You want to build your audience even when you're not selling anything, because when it comes time to, you will have them ready for you. They're primed, ready to go. Kylie, I know you're in here. Kylie is a photographer. Even if she is not, she doesn't show up on Instagram every day being like, oh, I'm booking this wedding, I'm booking this wedding. People that are following her may not even be engaged yet. They may not even be dating yet. The whole plan is to be so authentically you on social media and know who your niche is and who your ideal client is, that someone is following you and they're like, holy Hannah, I'm not even dating, but when I do find my person and I get engaged, you are my photographer, okay? That is the importance of building up your audience with value and being true to who you are. Next important thing, selling on your stories. We won't dive too deep into that one, but selling on your stories is, and engaging in your stories, launching products, you guys would be blown away by the importance of Instagram stories and even on Facebook. And the nice thing is you can link your Facebook and your Instagram accounts where it'll share it for you. All right, let's dive into your mini lesson. You guys are doing so amazing. Like, holy Hannah. Okay. Engaging your sales and increasing your profits begins with building your audience and giving them as much free, yes, I said it, free value as possible. Backtracking just a touch for all you photographers in here and all you photographers that will be watching the replay that couldn't make it tonight. When I first started and then exploded my business as a wedding photographer, I did so much free work that paid itself off times a million later. The styled shoots and the third shooting for experience and the traveling to get content. Like, it is insane in any industry, the amount of free value and not immediately paid things that you need to do to build your audience, to build your content, etc. And I feel like that's where a lot of people hiccup also, because they're like, I'm not getting paid, I'm not doing it. It's just like, you need to shift your mindset. And just because you're not getting paid now does not mean you're not going to get paid like times 100 later. Not sure what kind of value you can give? Let's brainstorm together. I have some actually bomb ideas for every industry here coming up. Value can look like free printables, lesson tutorials, written content, real stories, video, and sharing resources. Do not overthink this part. Whoa! Do not overthink this part. And also, before I read this next section, this is going to be really helpful for those of you that were feeling stuck. Once you start to figure out your content pillars and you start to think about what value you can give your audience, holy Hannah, you're going to be exploding and showing up on your social media like never before and making more money and building your audience and doing all the things. Okay, with your business or business ideas in mind, list out all the knowledge you have. Sky is the limit. Even if it's phenomenal books you've read, podcasts that have changed your life, mom hacks, things you have learned from courses, tools your counselor have taught you, etc. Just write out a bunch of stuff that you feel like you have knowledge around. And I know this might be a little harder at first, but once you start brain dumping, because I struggle with this sometimes. Like, when I decided earlier this year to shift from trying to serve all the mamas to mom business owners or moms who want to start businesses, it took me sitting down and literally listing out all the freaking knowledge I had around business. And it exploded my brain because I didn't know I knew that much. So again, sitting down and getting it out of your mind, you are going to be pleasantly surprised with all the random knowledge you have. And if you are struggling knowing what kind of business to start, this is a helpful exercise as well. Yeah, okay, perfect. Take a breath and know that you only need to be 1 to 2 steps ahead of who you are serving. So that should help too. If you're overthinking it, just remember, oh gosh, okay, my ideal client, the audience I'm serving, I only have to be 1 to 2 steps ahead of them. If you haven't started your business yet, still take notes on this because it's a really important step. Okay, here's some ideas, you guys. I just thought about some of the moms that I know for sure are either in here or following me. So say you have a beauty counter business, like my beautiful friend Candace. Do a 15-second reel tutorial putting on your daily makeup. So these are all giving free value to your audience ideas. So again, do a 15-second reel tutorial putting on your daily makeup, write up a post speaking about the harm of toxic products, share your story, or talk about like how these products have helped you feel more vibrant and more alive. If you're a photographer, do like a 15-second reel of a behind the scenes from a recent shoot. Create a printable checklist for clients to prep for photo shoots or like a style guide. Do a carousel of your favorite wedding venues in Montana and why, if you're a wedding photographer. If you're in a health related field, do a 15-second reel of your morning routine to set up your day for success. You could create a printable workout plan or supplement tracker. Those are so easy to make on Canva. Write that down. Canva. If you've never heard the word Canva, I use it like every day for my business. Share stats about happiness is directly related to health. People love reading about statistics and scientific-based studies. Let's see here. If you own a salon, do a 15-second reel of a hair or makeup tutorial. Create a printable of like a hair care regime. Educate your audience in a post about the benefits of finding and staying with a reputable hair or lash provider. So you guys, these are all ideas of things that you can do to quickly add value to your audience. Yeah, Canva is amazing. Again, so if you stop overthinking it and you just kind of look at it more broadly, and you can even Google ideas too, be like, oh, I'm a photographer. What kind of like free value or content could I create for my audience? There's so many resources out there. Okay, here we are again. On a scale of 1 to 5, how are we all doing with sales right now? Healer? Oh, okay, there we go. While you guys are looking through that, I'm just going to answer this message really fast. Let's see here. Where are we? Oh, there we are. Okay, here we are. Perfect. 3, 2, yep. Sales are hard and they're intimidating. But you guys, again, being strategic with how I've set this up, when you truly start to go through every single process of this Elevate method, establishing your why, landing your niche, emphasizing boundaries, vamping your confidence, advertising and marketing, time management, your sales are going to be easier. Your confidence is going to be up. Your clarity is going to be up. You're going to know who your people are, what problem you're solving, what the promise is that you're making, and you're going to show up so much more confident when it comes to sales. Again, remember, I am a recovering people pleaser who's insecure as shit. If I can show up and be that confident about who I am and my products, so can you. I promise it's possible. And the more confident you are about, let me backtrack. The more confident you are about you as a person and about your product, oh my gosh, the more you're going to show up and make sales. Like, it's crazy how they're related. I promise you, the more confident you are, the more money you're going to make. Obviously still be a good human, but you get what I'm trying to say. All right, some case studies. Okay, you guys, I probably won't go through and read all these. I'm just going to read pieces. It is so difficult to, actually, no, here, let me look through this first. Okay. While you're wrapping up those notes, so this is going to be a really good time while I'm going through a few of these to like look back on your notes and write down a few more things that are popping into your brain. I'm going to take you through a few in detail case studies for mamas like you that bet on themselves and chose growth over comfort. So if you're sitting here and you're thinking like, oh my gosh, I just can't, listen to some of the successful pieces that these moms have talked about. It's so inspirational, and it's so amazing to watch where they were and how far they have come. I've done 2 rounds of mom coaching with April. Through a series of heartbreaking events in mine and my daughter's lives, I realized I was lost. I won't read through all of this, obviously, just for time's sake, but the work April has put together for these group coachings was so important. She shared with people that her mom was the biggest inspiration. So what Sandy talked about was, remember how I had referenced her earlier when she realized that this work wasn't just for her, it was for her daughters as well. And she talked about how her daughter said that her mom was her biggest inspiration. And like she says in here, it hit me like a ton of bricks. The work I'm doing for me is also for my girls. She felt selfish at first too. So same feelings that a lot of you guys are probably feeling, that's holding you back from investing into yourself and from growing just in general. If you were thinking of doing it, do it. It will be hard, but the reward is so worth it. Any kind of growth work is. And then we have Cassidy here, who I so wish was on here. She known her for so long. She's such a phenomenal single mom. She's been a single mom for like 6 years now. For several years, I lived with shame, guilt, regret, and struggled knowing if I had a purpose. Like, I know I'm not going to ask you guys to comment on that, but I know we have all felt like that before. The morning after our first group call, I woke up feeling like a weight had been lifted. Do you know how good that feeling is? Like, she even talks about in here how like she didn't feel like she had time, but she knew she had to make time in her schedule. Oh, thanks, Kylie. Bye. I'll send you the replay. And then she talked about here, as we worked through each week, I took away new ideas that would help me start forming the foundation of who I am. Our group discussions helped build the confidence that I lacked. She walked away with a new outlook on her life and strategies, how to start becoming the healthiest for her and her little boy. One second here. Let's see here. I can't recommend this class enough. I encourage you to take the time to find who you are. Whoopsie. Oh, hold on. Let me go through this last one really fast. Oh, dang it. It was Sierra. Sierra's not even on here anymore. Remember, you guys, how Sierra had talked about how she was how she was a stay-at-home mom and how she felt lost and how she just wanted to, find her purpose outside of motherhood, and now she can, and she feels like an unstoppable force. I'm so proud of her, and I'm so excited for her. And I know what you might be thinking, it's not possible for me. And I'm sure if you asked Cassidy or Sierra or Sandy a year ago, or even myself 5 years ago, we all would have thought the same. But here's the thing: is it is possible for you. It's possible for everyone. Okay, now we're going to be doing a vision exercise. You guys, we are almost done. Stick with me. There's like 2 more massive bonuses that you're not going to miss out on. And this exercise right here is actually really, really powerful. So I'm just pulling it up really fast. Just had a mom message me really quick. Okay, so while you're waiting for me to grab this, I want you to go ahead and sit and ground yourself. Here we are. Okay, here we go. We're going to do a quick vision exercise. You guys, I have done these at so many conferences and trainings, and they are so, so powerful. Again, your mindset is a beautiful, beautiful, strong thing. And right now we're going to kind of tap into it a little bit. So get somewhere quiet if possible, ground yourself, close your eyes, and picture the following. You wake up in the morning, and the first feeling you feel is peace, not anxiety or sadness. You mosey out of bed while the rest of your family still sleeps, and you're able to sip something warm and just before the world begins moving. As you reflect on where you're at in life, you realize that your relationship with yourself is growing more and more every day. Your inner hero is getting louder, and that bitch inner critic is getting quieter. You're beginning to truly love yourself unconditionally. Your patience with your children and your ability to be present with them is like it's never been. Your bond you have with your partner is increasing by the day, because the more you know who you are, the more you can model that to them. As you're still sipping your warm beverage, you also realize that something else has changed. You're not always looking at your joint bank account as their money anymore, because you are now making your own and plenty of it. You are a badass. You're traveling the world with and without your children because you've always wanted to, and now you have the means to and the confidence. That vision board that you made, you get to smile huge as you begin slowly taking things down that have been accomplished and add new dreams to pursue. That business you've been dreaming about growing is finally growing and thriving and fulfilling you like you'd never imagined. The good you want to do in the world, you've figured out how to go about it. You have found your purpose in this life beyond motherhood, and you are freaking living it. Okay, now open your eyes. How did that feel? Go ahead and type in the comment box, those that you are still here with me, how the idea of living into your visions and into your dreams feels. Like, just imagine for a second that all those big, crazy dreams that you thought were unrealistic, imagine them coming true. Imagine getting to wake up and feel like you're living into a daydream. And that daydream and those goals have become your reality. It is possible. It's not, I have a lot to work on. You know what? That's okay, love. That's why we're doing this. It feels so powerful. That is why we are here, and that is why we are doing the work. Because sometimes we think we're doing okay, and then we're asked to answer these hard questions and to do these more difficult exercises. And we realize, like, okay, actually, you know what? I think I could be doing better. So it's important, whether any of those visions resonated with you or ones that you have for yourself, just close your eyes and picture that being your reality. Okay, changing your story is possible. You just have to start. These are a few of these. I'm not going to read any of these, but these are just a few more words from other mamas that have seen the changes, like I know you will when you allow yourself to grow. Okay, all right, here we go. Okay, we've had some fun and we have learned a lot of new things. Do we want to continue the conversation? We're almost done. I'm going to answer this for you. Yes, we do. Okay, perfect. Okay, you guys, I know that a lot of you are probably feeling like this right now. From all the information and just all the overwhelm of 2020 and freaking wanting to, chase your dreams and show up as a bomb-ass mom. But guess what? I have help. Drum roll. Introducing the Elevate Mastermind. This is the baby that I've been working my ass off on since March. A 9-week live masterclass. So like this one, but every hour, every week, where you will learn step-by-step in great detail how to go from lost and lonely to supported and strong in your business and in your life. You guys, if you got anything from this 60-minute training, imagine what you would get in 9 freaking weeks. I'm only taking a super small handful to be sure that you see massive growth in both your personal and business life. Because remember, I've talked to you, I'm very, very relationship-based. I don't like to just have people in and throw them out with, so-so results. I get very attached to the people that I work with, and so I don't take very many at a time. In this high-touch intensive mastermind, you will finally nail down your specialty and stand out, or get started if you've not yet launched, set and hold solid boundaries, create a marketing plan specific to your business and your life, start attracting your ideal clients, enjoy an incredible community of like-minded mamas, start showing up stronger in motherhood and business because you are finally beginning to feel more confident consistently. Find your own unique rhythm for balance and joy. Learn systems and strategies from inquiry to sale and feel more peaceful and present because you're finally living into your purpose outside of motherhood and growing your beautiful life. You guys, like I said before, the life of a mom business owner looks very different from other business owners. We need our own rhythm, and I'm here to help you find it. Okay, mamas, I had 2 choices. I could go as cheap as possible and sell as many seats as I could, kind of like we talked about before, which I wouldn't incentivize me to stack the value for you, or I could go with the second option, which I did, and I could require a little higher investment, but in exchange, I can put so much more time into your individual growth, thereby helping you even more, okay? It's like quality over quantity. Okay, now you have 2 choices. First option, you could do nothing and not invest into yourself, which is 100% risk-free, or you could shove fear over to the passenger seat or maybe even the back seat and make a small investment for you and your family's future. Growth requires change and faith, so why keep waiting if you know you need this? All right, ready to see the insane value packed in this mastermind? All right, we have a weekly 1-hour Zoom call with both myself and your group of badass like-minded mamas, so kind of like this, but every week and full of insane value. Access to a private Facebook group for life that will be getting stacked with value regularly. A 1-hour mental call with me to focus in directly on your growth or starting your business. So this is a private one-on-one call, an entire hour where we just get to talk about you and strategize your growth. Downloads and worksheets that you'll not only be using during the mastermind, but forever and after as you need as you continue to evolve and grow. Ooh, and this one's so exciting, you guys. I'm actually bringing on guests that will be specific to your industry to share their stories and teach tips for growth in your industry. Like that's a really cool one. I can't wait for these, you guys. Oh, I love hosting retreats. So everyone who signs up for and completes the Elevate Mastermind will be the first in line to attend any 2021 mom retreats that I'll be hosting both in and out of the country. Like, these are phenomenal. Okay, you guys, all that value adds up to just shy of $3,500. I am, let me move back. I am giving this mastermind to you for only around like $1,500. But wait. Okay, to apply as soon as possible to guarantee you a seat, just DM me on Instagram or shoot me an email and I'll send you the application ASAP, just to make sure that this definitely is for you, because remember, I care about you more than I absolutely should. It's just how I am. But wait, damn it, it's not on there. Okay, hear this. But wait, you guys, there's 2 more things. In a fact-asking, in an added bonus that you see right on here, I am going to gift all of you guys an extra hour mentor call. So you not only get 1, but for being on this masterclass where you're watching it live, you're watching the replay, you get an extra 1 hour mentor call. Again, this is private and strategically 100% focused on your growth. But wait, there's more. All of what I just talked about, plus an additional 1 hour call with me at the end, all valued right around $3,700. But guess what? I freaking want this so badly for you that I'm giving you a discount and locking your price at $1,298. No, not $1,298, $1,248. $1,248. It's even cheaper. $1,248, you guys, if you send in your app and get accepted within the next 90 minutes. So you guys, look back at all of that. You have the weekly live Zoom calls, the private Facebook group for life that I'm going to be pouring so much more value into, your 1 hour mentor call, your two hours of mentor calls. Those are priceless in itself. That is where a lot of my growth has come from, is one-on-one mentor calls, downloads and worksheets, live coaching from guests, not to mention the solid community of women that are going to be supporting you along the way. Okay, guys, so I know what you were thinking. Wait, where is it? So, there we go. Okay, yeah. Oh, okay, mamas. I know what you were thinking. You hate spending money on yourself. I completely understand that. But this is most certainly not just on you. It's on your business, your income, your future, your family, your happiness, and your ability to truly shine for those around you. It did. No, it didn't. Did it really? Oh my gosh. Okay, you guys, that's fine. Just listen to this part. Okay. I don't know about you, but when I'm about to make an investment for my life, I like to break it down. So the slide that you're not seeing, which I will send you all, is it's highlighting that PayPal has an option where you literally, so say you're like, April, I have to have this. I need this for my life, but I need to make payments. I don't know how I'm going to cover it all right now. This answers your question. It is so phenomenal. So basically, PayPal has it where you could go, you could apply, and you could cover this cost right now. PayPal allows you to put it on like a, quote, credit card. And as long as you pay it off in 6 months, you accrue no interest. So basically it's like, okay, I'm going to do this, but then I'm going to make 3 payments of like $300. Boom, you've pretty much covered your entrance. Like, again, no interest for 6 months. So it's like making payment plans. The way my brain works, if I see something and I know it's going to help me, but I'm feeling guilty around spending the money, or I don't know how I'm going to do it, I break it down. I'm like, okay, how much am I going to be spending a month? How much would I be spending a week? How much would I be spending a day? Is that amount worth it to change my life? My answer is always yes. And again, if you want to make payments, there is an option in the slide that you cannot see. Okay. All right. Now, here we are. The questions. Okay, you guys. So this is your time to ask me anything, whether it's about the masterclass, whether it's about the mastermind, whether it's about payment stuff, whether it's about mindset, anything that you have on your heart or your brain or that you wrote down earlier, we can cover now. This is your live Q&A time. If you are watching the replay and you have questions, obviously since it's not live, you can't type it in, please message me and I am so happy to answer any questions. And if I don't have the answer, I will find the answer for you. And while you guys are thinking of some stuff to ask, let me look on here and I will answer some commonly asked questions. So April, what if I don't have the time for a mastermind right now? You guys, I get it. We are trying to survive 2020. But can you imagine how much further you'd be mentally and spiritually and financially if you started now rather than waiting another 6 months? You likely are limited on time due to boundaries, time management, and not knowing where to focus your energy. And that's where the mastermind comes in. It helps you with all of that. How do I know this program will help me? I have structured this program to fill in the gaps that exist for mom business owners. It's so stressful to know what and where to invest and wanting to grow, but I promise you, not doing anything and not trusting anyone is going to make you stay exactly where you are. Last commonly asked question. April, the world is insane. How can I justify doing this for myself right now? And I know a lot of you twos and a lot of you very soft hearts are struggling investing into yourself and your business right now. Let me ask you this. How does it benefit the world by hiding from it and not living into your potential or your purpose? Do you know how much good you can do right now by building yourself up so much that you explode over to those around you? Like, it is just, we need a focal point right now. We need somewhere else to direct our focus versus COVID and Hollywood and all the crazy stuff going on. And growing your business and your life is such a beautiful place to do it. Oh, let's pull this up right here. Oh, here's my, where did it go? No, I did see a little Q&A box. Okay, so it's not popping up. So if you do have any questions, will you guys just type them right in the chat box actually? Because it looks like I'll have to take off my slides in order to pull that up. So if you have any questions for me right now, just go ahead and type them in the chat box instead of in the little Q&A spot. And then when I take off the live thing, I'll look and see if there are any unanswered questions and I'll message them to you. Okay, Shasta, my business isn't service-based, it's product-based. I make and sell my art. Is this still the right fit? I have really no desire to do a course or anything like that. That's a really good question. Okay, so when she says, oh, perfect, Natasha, thank you. Okay, so when she says her product or her business isn't service-based, she is not the one that's delivering it necessarily. She's an artist. Shasta, will you kind of tell everyone what kind of art that you do? So they can sort of understand, because I know that there are going to be mamas watching now or later that probably have a similar question. But while she's typing that up, Shasta makes a product. And so, yes, it would still definitely be the right fit, because Shasta, like I talked about before, no matter what your industry or no matter what your business, it starts with your solid foundation and it starts with growing your audience, which brings it back to advertising and marketing and delivering value and knowing who your ideal client is, who are the people that love your art and that not only see it as something that's decorating their home, they get an emotional reaction from it, okay? Those are the people that you want to be selling to. But you can't really figure out who those people are until you start doing this framework. And again, if you really want to take something that you consider a side hustle, like say you're making art or you're a beauty counter and you want to make it full time, then you need to start really building up your mindset, your focus, your audience, your confidence. Like I talked about, the entire Elevate process, it's in the order that it's in for a reason. And it is so beneficial for pretty much any kind of industry. So Shasta, basically to answer your question, yes, all the stuff that you learned today, all the stuff that you would learn through doing the Elevate Mastermind in that 9 weeks would help you. And actually what would be really cool is how I would talk about the guest speakers coming on. What we would do is if you signed up, you sent your application after we get off this call and you signed up and you secured your spot, I would then get busy finding someone who could show up and do a guest speaking session and talk specifically about how they have found success with their product that they sell and that they make. And maybe they'll have suggestions like, hey, not only use Instagram for a way to build up your audience and to promote your product, but like start an Etsy store. So yes, all of this work is so phenomenal and something that needs to not get skipped by any industry. Again, you guys, so many people try and cruise through all this stuff to just go for success and they end up hiccuping and slowing down, if not giving up completely. Okay, and let me know if that didn't answer your question. Go ahead and type in the chat box. Okay, Natasha, great question. When does the mastermind start? So what I like to do, you guys, is I'm going to fill it up this week. Like I said, if you send me over your application and you book within the next 90 minutes, you get this lowered price. After that, it goes up to the $15.48, I do believe I had listed. But we start not next week, but the week after. So what I do is I fill up the mastermind, and then I take a week calling every single person that signed up individually, getting to know them, seeing what their industry is, finding out if they have either started a business or they're still kind of struggling with that. So we get them basically primed and prepped and ready to start with just clarity, if that makes sense. So we wouldn't start next Tuesday, but the following Tuesday. Let me see what day that falls on so I can give you a specific date. We would start September 22nd. And obviously once everyone's in, we'll visit and make sure that Tuesday nights are best for everybody, but we'd start in 2 weeks. Let's see, I'm looking from Ashley. I'm looking to build my real estate business while still being available to my 6 kids. Oh, bless your soul, that's awesome. Is it possible to keep building while not shortening my kids? I need help focusing on the house. Yes. Oh my gosh, amazing question. It is so possible. And actually in your case, I would argue and say that you need this the most. Moms that are wanting to show up for their children and build their business, you need this intentional structure. Like I talked about before, the more you get your mindset strengthened, the more you know who your ideal clients are and your niches, the more you start to set your solid boundaries, increase your confidence, know who you're talking to, write intentional content. The better you manage your time and the more money you're making, the more you get to be with your kids. Ashley, I am actually doing the best I ever have in business, but I am with my child so much more than I used to be because of all this work that I'm doing. It's basically working smarter, not harder, or doing less but achieving more because you're being very strategic. Shasta, yep, you do printmaking, line cutout prints. You guys, her art is incredible. Go check it out. Leanna, do you feel like with your coaching style, you feel like you are more of a cheerleader type or tough love? Ooh, that's a good question. And actually both. And my tough love side is coming out more and more. So I used to be, like I talked about, massive people pleaser. I was actually a cheerleader in high school, very sweet. I never wanted to ruffle feathers and I never wanted to hurt anyone's feelings. But guess what? Growth requires tough love sometimes. I am never going to be a dick and I'm never going to belittle you, but I am absolutely going to have the tough conversations with you. And I am absolutely going to be there for you when you struggle and when you try and push back, but re-emphasize and re-explain, I have been where you are and this is why we are doing what we are doing. That actually, it's funny because the more, remember you guys, I'm constantly doing this work too. The more work I do on myself, the more my feisty, outspoken side comes out. I'm so passionate about helping you that outweighs my desire to people please you or for you to like me and think that I'm just the sweetest thing in the whole world. I am going to be your biggest cheerleader and your largest advocate that's going to hold you accountable. Leanna, does that answer your question? I'm thinking maybe. Okay, you guys, did anyone else have any questions right now? And if for some reason, oh, perfect. Do you feel like with your, oh, okay, yes, perfect. Yes. Yeah, so again, I will be your cheerleader and I will be like your parental figure, if that makes sense. Okay, you guys, and if for some reason you're having like a brain block or later you're laying in bed and something just triggers like a question, please feel free to message me. You can email me at momsneedformore. You can message me. Let me type through here because it has my information on. Here we go. Perfect. Let me move this. So even right now, if you're like, oh my God, April, I have more questions, but I kind of want to ask you privately, please, I'm leaving the next like 90 minutes, because like I said, that's our window. I'm leaving the next 90 minutes completely uninterrupted. My child is being taken care of and is good to go. So hit me with all your questions at Moms Made for More on Instagram and my DMs, or email me. We'll get them all answered. Because you guys, this is a big deal. But guess what? Doing something like this is what massively changed my life 5 years ago. Had I not said yes and invested $2,700, not around $1,200, mine was $2,700 into my first coach, I would not be who I am today, and I would not be where I am today, and I wouldn't be half the parent that I am. I am not saying that if you don't do this, you're not going to be a bomb-ass parent. That's not what I'm saying at all. I'm just saying that the more that I do all of this work that I am talking to you about and that I am speaking on, gosh, the more I just feel like I am in tune to myself and I'm in tune to my child, and I understand how to meet his needs despite what society is telling me to do, or despite what, the norm is screaming at me to do. So again, for all of you that are out there that are just really struggling to invest into yourself, remember that you are also, I'm going to come up back on camera. Oh, there I am. Remember that this work just isn't for you, it's for them too. And it's so powerful to finally sit there and be like, holy Hannah, I am present in this moment because I don't have to live in my head anymore. I don't have to wonder what if this or what if that. I am purposely living into my purpose, and I am purposely being intentional about life to the point where I can actually be in this moment with my spouse, and I can actually be in this moment with my child. There is no feeling like that. And we talked about whys earlier. My why is so that I don't miss my child's life. It's why I work as hard as I do, and why I'm so intentional about this stuff and working smarter, not harder. And I want the same for you, because it is possible. It is so possible for moms to find their purpose outside of motherhood and to just be phenomenal parents. Oh, you guys, I'm so proud of you for being here, for taking this time. I'm so sorry. I know I went a little over those 75 minutes, but this is important. And this is amazing. This is why I have been put here. I have been put on this planet to be your cheerleader and to be your tough love motivator, and to help and guide and show you that the story you're telling yourself right now does not have to be the story that you live the rest of your life under, okay? What you want to do in that little fire inside of you, it's not going to go away. As much as you try and squash it out, it is going to be so hard for you to be present and for you to be purposeful and for you to be at peace if you are constantly trying to squash out who you really are inside and what your purpose is in this world outside of motherhood, okay? You can be a phenomenal dream chaser or business grower and parent. I promise you, you can be. Oh, you're amazing, Natasha. I love you. Okay, you guys, I have kept you for long enough. Remember, for the next 90 minutes, you guys can lock in that price of $12.48. And remember, I talked about before, because I am a payment plan queen. You can quickly go request your application, fill it out, send it back to me. You can go to PayPal. You can sign up for that 6 months, no interest. So you'd still only be paying that $12.48. You make as many payments as you want to over that 6 months, and then you are covered. Or say you've been saving up for something like this because you know how important it is, okay? If you don't have skin in the game, you're not going to make change. I've learned that the hard way several times, and that is also why I have made this the way I have. So again, message me, DM me on Instagram, or send me an email. I'll get that application sent over. You guys, I am only taking very, very, very limited seats because I want to give you all the quality in the world. The next mastermind isn't going to be until 2021, and it is obviously going to be more expensive because the more experienced I get, the more values that's going to go into it. So if you are ready for growth now, not next year, and you want this lowered price, message me immediately, get me over that application, and we will get you all taken care of. Okay, love? You are amazing. You can do this. I'm so excited and proud of you. I'm going to let you go. Be with your families. Message me, hopefully. I know you can do this. I know you can, okay? I'm struggling to let you go because I love this so much, but have a beautiful night. Know that you can do anything, and I will talk to you all soon. Any other questions? Does anyone else have any other questions before I end this doodad here? Nothing else? Remember, if you have any other questions later, just message me. Okay. I love you guys. You're amazing. And you can do this, okay? We get one freaking life. One life. Do not let your inner critic write your story for you. Let out that inner hero. She is in there, okay? I love you guys, and I will talk to you soon. Let's see here.